Welcome back to Anthropology Puppet Pals! Today on APP, America's Giant Fib. Hello! Welcome back to another exciting episode of Anthropology Puppet Pals. Today on APP, we're talking about one of the most infamous pseudoscientific theories in all of North American archaeology. The Mound Builder Giant Race. Boys and girls, years of misinformation and misunderstanding have allowed this myth to continue...
Myth? Them giants ain't no myth.
They are just about as real as my gout.
Gout.
Who let these rubes into the studio? We don't know. They just got in.
We have names, you know. I'm Bag Pit.
It is I, Sock Rogan.
And we're no rubes. In fact, I'm related to the original discoverer of a mound builder skeleton. Archaeology is in my blood.
Well, gentlemen, I apologize for being so rude, but these findings are simply false. There's so much scholarly work to the contrary.
Why don't you prove it, incel?
Come on with it, friends, bow asshole!
If you fellas won't listen to me, I have one other option. Processualism, post-processualism, Binford drop zone model. Hello! Ah! It is I, Professor of Archaeology, arbiter of digging in the ground for other people's junk. Why have you summoned my presence? Professor of Archaeology, these folks won't believe that the mound builders are a myth. They're incorrigible.
I don't know what that word means, but I'm rightly offended. This bokum is a bunch of godless nonsense.
Au contraire, allow me to show you the errors of your ways, hick.
Whoa! That's my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpappy. And he's digging.
Ah, golly, it's a lot of dirt. Look at this exquisite specimen. By my estimation, this must have been one of the tragic members of that lost race slain by those savage Native Americans. By Jove, this person must have been enormous. Judging purely based on my visual observation, this person could have been a giant.
See? It's all true.
Well, there's actually more to it than it may seem. North American giant stories have circulated for many, many years. However, knowing what we know now, we can firmly debunk these claims.
There's no way. My bagpappy was a trained archaeologist. He would never be wrong.
I have to disagree. Modern archaeologists use sophisticated formulas to estimate the stature of someone from skeletal remains. These calculations weren't done until the mid-20th century. Simply eyeballing it is no substitute for hand measurement. One estimation of stature in Washington from 1912 simply multiplied the length of the femur by 4.
Well, if the measurements weren't right, then how come so many people believe them?
Well, there are a variety of reasons for that. First of all, many of these claims were immediately picked up by journalists hungry for a story and often embellished. This cycle of rote hearsay would eventually end to more respectable publications, leading to a wider belief in these individually preposterous claims.
Really?
Yes! Many higher-class individuals in the 18th and 19th century also believed that it would be impossible for the recently expelled Native Americans to build anything nearly as sophisticated as the mounds found across the southeast. Some archaeologists, like Iskin and Kessel, believe that these beliefs were primarily fueled by accounts of the colonial powers that first encountered some Native American groups. They also estimated their height out of shock.
So, it really was all fake.
Yes, but that's okay. It's tempting to believe things that may seem fantastic and wonderful, but it's vital to look at the primary sources and compare them to the testimony of experts in the field. Popular culture outlets like the History Channel may air claims of fantastic discoveries, but the archaeological data isn't always correct. Well, folks, that concludes this episode of Anthropology Puppet Pals. Join us next week as we tackle more pseudoscientific mumbo-jumbo. Ancient aliens!
Are you kidding? How do you think they make them pyramids without no outside help?
That's preposterous. Is it?
Well, they're puppets. They study anthropology. They're puppets. They study anthropology. They study anthropology. And they're puppets.